Okay, enough of that. I'm here to do my predictions for UFC 90, Silva versus Cote. I'm going to start at the top of the card and work my way down. So, main event, we got Anderson Silva versus Patrick Cote. Anderson Silva, 22-4. He has 13 knockouts. Patrick Cote, he is 13-4. He has 6 knockouts and 3 submissions. Some people are saying he doesn't deserve this. I disagree. I think he's beaten the competition he needs to beat to get the shot. His most recent wins are over Ricardo Almeida, Jason Day, Scott Smith, Drew McFedries, and Kendall Grove. He's got heavy hands, but that's about all I'm giving him in this. A puncher's chance. He's got the heavy hands. Anyone can knock anyone out in any fight. You can't rule it out. He has a chance. Anderson Silva now, out of his last 11 fights, he's lost once, and that was a disqualification against Yushin Okami at Rumble on the Rock. And out of his last 10 victories, I think most of the fights he's finished within 7 minutes. See, not only does he win fights, he finishes fights. Not only does he finish fights, he finishes them fast. So, majority of his last 10 wins, he has finished within 7 minutes. And he's finished, the cream of the crop, the top of the food chain. Jorge Rivera, Travis Lutter, Rich Franklin, twice, Chris Lieben, Nate Marquardt, Dan Henderson, Tony the Tiger, Captain Crunch, Putt Pie the Sailor Man. He's beat them all. See, the problem that most guys have with Anderson Silva is he's overwhelming. You can't find a comfort zone with him. If you're fighting primarily a stand-up fighter and you're a wrestler, you can take it to the ground and feel comfortable. If you're fighting a wrestler and you have good takedown defense and you're able to keep it on the feet, you feel comfortable. You don't feel comfortable anywhere when you're fighting Anderson Silva. He is dangerous on the feet, he's dangerous in the clinch, he's dangerous on the ground. No matter where you go, he's dangerous. So I think he overwhelms a lot of people. And I think he's going to be a bit too overwhelming for Patrick Cote, and he's going to finish him in the first. I'm predicting a first-round knockout. Next fight up, Thiago Alves versus Josh Koscheck. Josh Koscheck is 11-2. He's coming off of his impressive win over Chris Lytle. He's a great wrestler, but that's about it. He doesn't have much standing, and he generally does not finish fights. Most of his wins are by decision. Thiago Alves, on the other hand, so 15-3. He's got 10 knockouts. He finishes fights. Okay, that's the difference between these two. Josh Koscheck decision. Thiago Alves finishes fights. His last 3 victories are over Chris Lytle, Carl Parisian, and Matt Hughes, and he finished all those fights by TKO. And I believe he's going to finish this fight by TKO. I'm going with Thiago Alves. I'm going to say 3rd round TKO. Okay, next fight up, Fabricio Werdum versus Junior Dos Santos. Fabricio Werdum, he's 11-3, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. His last few wins are over Brandon Vera, Alexander Emelianenko, Alistair Overeem. That's top competition right there. Junior Dos Santos, I don't know much about him. I've looked a little bit online. I see he's 6-1, doesn't have any notable wins. It's hard to predict the fight when you don't know one of the fighters. I mean, that'd be like Karen Carpenter trying to tell you what steakhouse is the best to eat at. I just don't have enough information. I'm just going to say Fabricio Werdum, first round submission. Sean Sherk versus Tyson Griffin. Now, when I look at these two names on paper, the first thing that comes to my mind is fight of the night. This is going to be an awesome fight. Tyson Griffin is 12-1. His only loss is to Frankie Edgar, and he remains the only man thus far to beat Uriah Faber. A win here is going to put him right up into title contention. Sean Sherk, 32-3. He has only lost to the best. Matt Hughes, when he was in his prime, BJ Penn, and GSP. This is going to be a really good fight. Really good fight. But I got to give the edge to Sean Sherk solely based on the experience. So I'm going to go Sean Sherk by decision. Okay, Gray Maynard versus Rich Clemente. Gray Maynard, we of course know from The Ultimate Fighter. He's 5-0 with 1 no contest. No contest, of course, came when he slammed Rob Emerson and decided to take a nap on him. Rich Clemente, on the other hand, he's 40, 12, and 1. And I said this in a previous video at one point, I can't remember where, but six of his 12 losses came at the very beginning of his career. He started his career, out of his first 9 fights, he lost 6 of them. And, you know, you would think after losing 6 out of 9 fights, maybe I am in the wrong business. But, you know, he stuck with it, started winning, and here we are. He's well-rounded, he has a ton of experience, and I think that is what is going to win him this fight. I think Gray Maynard is young, he's up and coming, he's going to do great things in this sport, he's going to go far, but he's not quite ready for someone with the experience of a Rich Clemente. Now, you know, I hope I'm wrong. I'm going to be rooting for Gray Maynard, but I'm thinking Rich Clemente is going to take a decision.